speak for all my partners, we're incredibly pleased. Each and every one of you has been formative in our ecosystem. Our entrepreneurial vision never would have happened without your support. Now, 7 years later, with copious amounts of new gray hair, we have persevered through some very challenging times. So a once-in-a-century pandemic, I lost my wife during that period. Having said all that, I'm extremely proud of the DNA that we built and culture at Forthlane. And I call it pragmatic, optimistic passion, incredible resilience across the board. And really what that's resulted in is outstanding results for our clients. Moving along, outside of the exceptional investment track record, today I'm deeply humbled to present my new partners. And before I go there, I want to acknowledge my old partners. So Chairman Bob Williams, who took a chance on me 27 years ago at Scotia McLeod and gave me a job. And Wayne Cozen, our founding chief investment officer, who brought all that wonderful investment DNA from Ontario teachers to Forthlane. And the rest of the team who have been here since day one are all proud equity shareholders. So, who's in the room today? So I want to welcome officially Robbie Pride, Robert Vanderhooft, and Peter Grosskopf. Each one of them is a titan in financial services, but to have all three of them is kind of like having Wayne Gretzky, LeBron James, and Taylor Swift. And I'm not going to say, I won't say which one's Taylor Swift.
It's Grosskopf. It's me.
But on a serious note, ultimately, Wayne came back to the office in November and said, Ken, Robbie Pride and Robert and Peter want to build a business that looks like ours. And I said, well, Robbie, the Canadians did invented the sovereign wealth fund model. I said, is there a reason we wouldn't work with them? We have a lot of respect for them. And Wayne said, I think that's a good idea. You should call Robbie. So, with our new partners, we hope that you have very high expectations and we deliver even more elevated investment results. So, as our chairman Bob likes to say, equity returns with fixed income risk. But with that, what we really aspired to build was a truly independent and global capital allocator, which we believe Canada happens to be the gold standard. And many of those pioneers are in this room today. So our future's bright. And with that, please join me in welcoming our new Chief Executive Officer, Robbie Pride.
All right, I didn't drop the mic. I'll do that at the end. Thank you, Ken, so much. And great words. And I feel a little overblown, Titans. We thought we scratched that out, but feedback, everyone okay? So welcome everyone. And look around the deck, the room, and kind of blown away. Friends, some family, some clients, some folks that have been around all of us in one way or another for the last number of years. And some of us have been on the same journeys. So it's really great to see you here tonight. And thanks for coming out. So I'd like to start off by just talking about Ken for a second. We talk about us, Ken, we talk about you. I want to just, first of all, thank and recognize Ken for actually what he did. And you spoke to it, Ken. Entrepreneurs don't come along very easily, and when they do, the best ones are willing to take risk, and they're not afraid of challenges, and they have a lot of courage. And given what you and Bob and Wayne did in the beginning, exemplified all of that. Very courageous, and the success that you've enjoyed, we have enjoyed. When you really truly started at the beginning of the pandemic and everything you went through, both from that perspective and then personally, it's just a testament to you, in your team. You chose wisely with Bob, you chose wisely with Ken, or sort of Wayne. Ken, you did an amazing job partnering up, and then everyone that you hired and brought in as partners just blows me away. I walk in every day and it always feels like a partnership. This is a toast to Ken and the original Forthlane team. So we call ourselves the Vision Group, and I think TD came up with that name. I'm not sure I ever liked it, but we were called the Vision Group. And so the Vision Group, which is my two partners, Rob Vanderhooft, right here, and Peter Grosskopf, right there. We're going to speak briefly in just a couple minutes. We've known each other for a long time, and it's been actually over 30 years. And we partnered, Pete and I. We were actually two of the original founders, along with others in the room here today. Thanks for joining today on my ex-Newcrest partners. We stepped out on a limb a number of years ago and did something entrepreneurial and formed our own investment firm. And it was risky. We left great jobs to do it, but we did it because we believed in each other. And partnership is a powerful thing, and trust is a powerful thing. So the three of us all left really fantastic jobs in the last year and a half or two. And it was to have an opportunity to actually partner up again and help create something tremendous. So I count both Rob and Pete as two of my closest friends. And so we put our heads together and thought, okay, what do we want to do? How do we want to do it? And we kind of came up with the Forthlane idea. We didn't steal it. But it was very similar for sure, because it truly is, I would call it an underserved part of the Canadian wealth management infrastructure. So we saw it as an opportunity, and we're opportunistic. And so we hired our great friends at TD, my old partners, and we scoured around Canada looking for a platform, much like how we formed Newcrest, which is to buy something that is existing so that you don't have to build it from scratch in greenfield. And Forthlane was on our list, but we never thought that Forthlane would be interested in doing anything with us because you were relatively new and coming out of the gates successfully. But it was a lunch that kind of alluded to that Wayne and I had. Wayne and I had known each other for a long time in business, and so we had a catch-up lunch at Canoe. And actually that week we were about to put a term sheet in on someone else to buy them. So Wayne and I had lunch and talked about what we wanted to do and what they were doing, and a lot of respect for you and Ken and Bob. And it's true. I think you went back, Wayne, after lunch and said, hey, these guys are going to do what we're going to do. Ken, you emailed me that afternoon and said we need to have lunch. I said fine, and I proposed something 3 weeks ago. I said no, we're having lunch this week. I said okay, something's up. And so when I met Ken for lunch, he started off by saying, okay, really appreciate what you're going to do, but we're not going to compete against you. So what does that mean? He said, we're going to partner with you. I said, okay, so how's that work? And he said, well, we're going to save you 3 years of slogging it out, trying to build something. We have the infrastructure, we have the platform, we're doing fine, but we need more bread. We need you, and you're what Forthlane needs right now. And he said, you'll be the CEO, or one of you guys will be the CEO. I don't want to be the CEO because I am more of a bigger picture guy, which we all know Ken is. And he wanted out of the weeds, and we then embarked on a process with our friends at TD. Painful at times for Sam here, with dealing with a bunch of guys who think they're investment bankers all day long. We eventually came up with a plan around how this could work. And I think the key thing at the end of the day is what we decided was not about financials. It wasn't about anything like that. It was, okay, the right idea, but it's culture. It is the people. And I certainly learned that a long time ago in my career. You surround yourself with the best people possible, and the great things happen. But it can't be about you. It can't be about the firm. It has to be about who you're serving. And you serve your clients, your customers, no matter what business you're in. So for us to be successful and to grow Forthlane from this moment forward, it has to be about anyone that has money with Forthlane. So it's client service, it is performance. Those are really the two key ingredients, and we hope to bring that in spades. Forthlane has done that, and we intend on doing more of that going forward. And you know, at the end of the day, I think culture is the most important thing, and Ken already alluded to it. You know, equity ownership. We're all going to have skin in the game. We want every employee at Forthlane to come in, basically emboldened every day to perform even better than the day before, because it matters. It matters to your clients. If your clients are successful, you'll be successful. You can't be successful if your clients be successful. So I think we have the right idea. I think we have the right model. And then I'm going to call upon Rob Vanderhoof, my partner, and Peter Grosstoff to just expand on that a little bit.
Thanks, Robbie, and fortunately I can't read my notes in this late, so there we go. I'm thrilled to join Forthlane. I've known Wayne for quite a number of years, and you know, really the firms that we were involved with, Ontario Teachers and Greystone, and then TD Greystone, you know, really alternative investing was a big part of what we did, and being able to broaden the product array, diversification for our clients was hugely important. It really, you know, as Bob would say, you know, adding to returns, but also lowering risk at the same time. And we felt that there's a big opportunity in the high net worth space to be able to offer that. Really doesn't exist in Canada. And to do that at a pretty good value as well. So we think there's a big opportunity to provide that to the marketplace, and really we think it's a pretty compelling product offering at the end of the day, and we'll continue to revise and to expand that offering, and you know, really to be able to provide value added to our clients at the end of the day. And that's really moving beyond stocks and bonds and adding returns and really consistent returns. We think that's what Forthlane is all about. Independence and at a reasonable cost. And that's ultimately what our goal is. That was our goal really when we had looked to whether we build or buy. And really partnered with a group, and Robbie said it well, I mean, culture is hugely important. And you know, that equity ownership part as well. Big part of what we were at Greystone as well, and we think that's important, that people care about the business that they're involved with, and it really makes a difference to clients. And with that, I'd like to bring Pete up.
Thank you, Rob and Rob. I've got to change my name now, Rob. So,
It's Taylor.
Taylor. I was LeBron. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Peter, and I have built a career and an expertise and a passion in the fixed assets, real assets area over the last 30 years. And I'm delighted and excited to be part of this team and to have a global view, an independent view, and I know that Wayne has been running Hard Assets, Real Assets Fund for the last 3 years, and we hope to make that bigger and global. And I think it's a very interesting time for that in the market now, to have an offset to the risks that are out there. So just happy to be here and part of a great team, take advantage of all the hard work the team has put in over the last 5 years to build the firm to where it is. And I think we can go a lot higher and build a real value additive firm here. So thank you.
Thanks, Taylor. That's going to stick, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. So I failed to mention, and I have to just hold on the horn here a little bit. You know, Pete grew Sprott from probably $5 billion to $25 billion in his dozen years as CEO. Rob grew, I don't know what the starting point was, but near roughly a dozen years, 3 billion to 38 billion at Greystone, to the point where I was part of the deal team, as was Alan, standing right in front of me, part of the deal team that brought in Greystone into the TD umbrella. And it was because of their expertise in alternatives is a big part, but just what Greystone was in the culture. So a couple of icons of wealth management in Canada, and I thought, fuck, wouldn't I partner with them if I want to get into this side of the business? So it was a good choice by me. And then what Wayne did in terms of teachers over the years, you know, it's the beacon of how to invest globally for pension plans and sovereign wealth funds. So really thrilled to be a partnership. I want to mention Anne as well. Where is Anne? There you are. Anne took a leap and left TD to leave with me. Anne is our new chief of staff at Forthlane, and thank you, Anne, for everything you've done on the way through. And to all the other unnamed Forthlane partners, many of you know who they are. You know, they're amazing people and doing amazing jobs, and we're really thrilled. We're really happy with the folks. So thank you all for coming out tonight. This went a lot longer than expected, but in terms of the speeches. But enjoy yourselves. There's food. There's lots of really good wine, and enjoy. And thanks for coming out.